Okay, today we're looking at logistics. We want to understand what logistics management, what does it mean? Logistics involves the jobs like supply chain manager, logistics manager itself, warehouse manager, um, transport logistics manager, or fleet manager. It depends on the way organizations categorize or name their logistics officers. Going direct to logistics itself, logistics just means solving a complex situation, okay? But also in its professional definition or for more clarity, logistics simply means moving resources, supplies, or works, or anything from a point of origin up to the point where it is needed with the aim of satisfying the final consumer. So all that approach or all those activities that are involved in moving. Of course, moving a service means you have to move the person who provides the service from the place that person is up to the place where people desire or need that service from that person. So that movement, solving that equation of availing that service may be called what? Logistics, because it's all about moving something that is required from its point of origin to the point where it is needed, or to the point where it's supposed to be consumed, or up to the final consumer. That is logistics. Now, when we talk about supply chain involves a lot. Supply chain basically means uh, stakeholders that are involved in transferring or moving these services or these works or these supplies from the point of origin up to the final consumer. Supply chain looks at the stakeholders, the players, from the first tier supplier up to the final consumer. That is supply chain. Supply chain needs to have a bit of a difference with value chain because value chain is something bigger. Value chain may involve adding value of the product even within the company itself. Now, this is a very big topic that we need to discuss and discuss more to understand because with the students, these are some of the things that interviewers in the panel can use for testing your intelligence or your understanding because in most cases, employers don't want people who just cram and, you know, the definition you got from somewhere, you've crammed it and once I'm asked about logistics, this is what I should answer. No. Understand what logistics is. So sometimes they may ask you what is the difference between supply chain and value chain. Now, value chain, as its name depicts, is adding value to a product. A value chain can be done within an organization. Let's take an example of textile. Cotton is a raw material and it's delivered in the factory. The factory will do its process until a cloth is produced. That is value addition in value chain. Okay? Then in supply chain itself, we have value chain because value chain is big. As long as the first tier supplier adds value to that product and gives that to another supplier or a tertiary supplier, then the tertiary supplier also gives maybe to a factory, and the factory processes that product and packages it. Then maybe does consolidation and bulk breaking. Then now distribution takes place, maybe up to the level of, let's say, wholesalers or retailers or supermarkets or whatsoever, until now the final consumer gets. You've added value in that product. Because remember, from the time you collect the raw materials, its value keeps adding. The raw materials are merged with other components to produce the product. That means even the price or the cost of that product keeps improving. So that's what we call value chain. So logistics basically is about having a cost effective movement of supplies or services or required works from the point of their origin up to the final user. So once the things are moved, or once these products are moved, or once these consignments are moved, you're simply practicing logistics. That's why you see, finally, since we shared about procurement, you'll realize that the combination of procurement and logistics management is a comprehensive understanding of all these wordings, of all these operations. Because when you're doing the operations now, you're going to combine all of them. So it depends on the organization, because the organizations have different concepts, they have different visions, they have different procedures and policies of their procurement. So for you as a procurement officer, or for you as a supply chain officer, or for you as a logistics officer, you must define your operations based on the organizational policies and requirements. Okay, so if you want to share more about this logistics, if you want to share more about procurement, if you want to share and get a better understanding deeply of what logistics can involve, because you sometimes hear, let me give simple examples of logistics companies. You get DHL. DHL is one of the best international logistics companies. We have Evergreen. We have quite many. We cannot name much, but you realize that basically they do the distribution, or they do the movement of consignments or supplies from the point of their origin up to where someone needs that particular product or item. So feel free, come to me, come to Decima Logistics, approach us through our platforms in LinkedIn, approach us in our platforms of Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Feel free to call us. We can share more about logistics. If you have employees, or if you're in the field of logistics as we have defined, and you feel you have that knowledge, or you need to boost up that knowledge because it's within your field, and you feel you can improve your business through better logistical operations to boost up your operational performance logically and be cost efficient and make it more smoother, please contact us. We can do capacity building for your employees. We can make them have a better understanding, not to cram, but a better understanding of what you want, because we shall go through your vision and mission, shall go through your policies, you shall come to know your targets. Then later on, we harness and optimize the operation to suit your purpose, to suit your target, so that at the end of the training, your employees become more productive, your operations become smoother, everything becomes softer and easier, ultimately giving a positive impact to your investment, improving your returns. And there we go. Your business expands and you realize value for money. Your customer base widens. Your supply base ends up with a better strategy of how to integrate their systems with yours. Trust me, you will enjoy your business. You will be in comfort, no stress. You will enjoy yourself. Thank you very much for today. That's what I had to share with you. In case of any details, please don't forget to contact us. Thank you very much.